Well, it appears that I'm going to have to do a First Amendment audit of the Bennington Superior Court Probate Division right across from the Bennington Police Department here in Bennington, Vermont. Not that I want to. Last week I went in there and I just wanted to get a simple form to understand how the process works for trying to apply to be someone's guardian when they're clearly in a vulnerable state and not doing well, and you want to do what you can to try and curb that so that they come back to a life worth living. I just wanted to keep, for my records, and sometimes you go into offices, you ask a bunch of questions, you forget half the stuff that was said to you while you were there. You don't want to have to call them again, show up again. It'd be nice to just have the footage. Here's what she said while I was at that office across the counter. Now I don't have to go back. But they took an issue with me trying to document the process of just asking the most basic question of the court clerk. They tried to insinuate that, that it's not okay, that I can't do that, which is against my First Amendment right. So essentially I'm going to have to do a First Amendment audit. It would be understandable if what they were talking about was within the actual court, If there were witnesses or minors whose identities needed to be protected at that point in time. But again, they have a back door for that kind of a thing. The onus is on them to protect personal information and identities of anybody who might need protecting. And I don't imagine that's a thing that happens very often in that very, very tiny building that very few people ever show up to across from the Bennington Police Department. I should be able to go in there and ask a couple of questions and have my questions answered without being stonewalled. It's ridiculous. So now I'm worried that if I go in there, they're going to try and arrest me if I record, which is ridiculous. I literally am not trying to go in any courtrooms. I'm not trying to go in any meeting rooms where people are having personal, private conversations about their legal case. I'm just trying to get the most basic information from the court clerk 10 feet from the front door. But they have a sign right in front of that front door that says no photos or video recording unless express consent has been authorized or you are media. Well, technically everyone's media now that everyone has a phone in their pocket. So I don't care about press credentials. Nobody, the person who you work for, gives out press credentials. There's never been an official place to do that. You don't go into some office and get press credentials. You get it from the person you work for, whoever that is. It could be literally written in crayon. I could write it myself. Press pass. So whatever bullshit arguments and excuses they have, they try to arrest me just for exercising my First Amendment right to document the process by which I go in there and ask a couple of basic questions and have it for my own records. I at least want this to be out there so that the world knows Devin Lonergan, that's DEVONLONERGAN, went into the Bennington Superior Probate Court across from the Bennington Police Station on 2/27/2026. And if I don't come out, I was arrested. If I don't make another video here soon, chances are you know why. And I'm going to want other First Amendment auditors to make it known that they're violating people's rights there at the Bennington Superior Court building. Anyway, guess that's all I got for now.